Welcome to our test corrections for the end of Module 2 test. This is question 1. Let's take a look at the question. It says, express the missing divisor using a power of 10. Explain your reasoning using a place value model. So we kind of need to revisit the place value model in order to understand what this question is doing. So let's take a look at that. So here's a place value model we've used a lot of times. Most of you have it in your personal slates. Okay, and so let's start here with the ones. Okay, so in the ones place right here, for some reason it's not letting me write. In our ones place right here, we can see that it would take 10 ones to make a 10. It would take 10 tens to make a 100. Take 10 100s to make 1,000. So as I keep making these jumps left and right, so as I would keep making these jumps left to right, from the ones to the tens, that is 10 times. In fact, every jump one place left is 10 times. What about though if we decide we want to go from the right to the left? Well, if I divided 1,000 by 10, I'd get 100. If I divided 100 by 10, I'd get 10. If I divided 10 by 1, I'd get this. So every shift to the right means that I am dividing whatever number I have by 10. And whenever I shift to the left, I am multiplying that number by 10. Now that's just one place value. Okay, let's get that labeled. So one shift to the right is one place value. One shift to the left is dividing one shift to the right is dividing by 10. One place value shift to the left is multiplying by 10. So if I wanted to shift twice, I'd need to multiply by 10 twice. If I want to shift right twice, I'd need to divide by 10 twice, and so on. So let's take a look at what that might look like. So let's say I have a number, let's say 1.37, and I'm doing something to it. I don't know what yet, and I want that to equal 137. Okay, so let's think about that place value chart for a minute. When I start with this 1.37 is in the ones, the tenths, and the hundredths place. And when I'm finished, I'd have 137. I'm going to extend my lines in my place value chart so it makes it a little easier to see this here. Decimal points there, tenths and hundredths. So you can kind of see this one has made 2 jumps to the left, as have each of the other numbers. I was a little sloppy, sorry about that. 2 jumps there, the hundredths, tenths, 1. So each of our numbers moved to the left 2 place values. So let's get that out of there. Okay, we started at the 1, and it moved from the tenths to the hundredths. So that's 2 place values, and it's moving left. So this was times 10, that shift, and this shift was times 10. Okay. Well, 10 times 10 is 100, so I could mark this as times 100. Or if I really wanted to get fancy, I could say 10 to the second power, because I had 2 shifts of 10. So that's one example. Let's take a look at another example. Let's say I had 1,892, and I was doing something to it, and I wanted my answer to equal 18.92. Okay, so again, if I think about that place value chart that we've been using, so this number started out in the thousands, and now it's shifting into the tens. So you can see that again, that 1 shifted here from the thousands to the hundreds to the tens. So it shifted 2 places again, but it shifted right this time. So that means I'm going to have to divide. And how many shifts did I make? Well, 1, 2. So this is 10 and then 100, or I could do divide by 10 and divide by 10 again, but I'm really shifting twice this way. So when we go back to this original question, I have to decide. You'll notice that our digits are the same. So we're really just looking for how many places did that shift. They're already telling you it's going to shift right because they are already showing you that you have to divide. Okay, so you're just going to have to decide how many places did it shift, and then you can draw in your own place value model to show that. Good luck.